What if I told you that the absolute worst build in Overwatch Stadium has exploded into the meta in Season 19? What's even crazier is that Blizzard has done nothing to change the fundamentals of this build as the meta shifts in Stadium. In this video, we are going to explore Big Boop's Pharah, the AP rocket build everybody wrote off since her initial launch. We're going to dive into why it's so good now, as well as a comprehensive build guide, showing you the values of perks and powers you have never seen before. So buckle up, Pookies, grab a snack, subscribe, and let's bounce on it crazy style. Alright, so when Pharah first released into Stadium, she was extremely lackluster. So the first thing we gotta figure out is what the fuck happened. I consider myself a scientist, and my hypothesis was that an AP rocket build was good because Pharah is one of the only characters with skins where you can see her toes. But after further research, I discovered that shifts in the meta have given her the perfect opportunity to shine. You see, Season 18 was dominated with hitscans. Tracer, Soldier, Cass, and Ashe were crazy strong. Combine that with the introduction of Winston, and you had dive tanks taking space and hitscans taking advantage of that space. But Season 19 is so much different. With the introduction of Hazard, Torb, and Sojourn, we are seeing a brawly projectile-based meta forming in Season 19. This comp is good at throwing cum at your face, disruptor shots up your ass, and spiky walls penetrating the upper fourth of your gooch. Each stadium round looks like a util dump of a conglomerate of abilities built to take space and deal constant pressure. And like a dog to that chocolate, this meta is miserable for hitscans. This meta is perfect for Pharah, as she counters the must-pick heroes, while the must-pick heroes counter her counters, giving her so much more space to do everything that she wants to get away with.
Round 1.
Alright guys, let's get balls deep into this build. For your first power, you're going to pick Carpet Bomb. I'm just kidding, I'm totally gaslighting you. I would rather carpet bomb your house. For round 1, you're going to go with Launch Vector. Whenever you knock back an enemy with Concussive Blast, fire 3 homing mini rockets at them. Couple things to note with this power. The homing rockets don't do well with high mobility, so you're better off launching people forwards or backwards rather than left or right. Also, there's a sweet spot between not being too far so that enemies can't find natural cover, but not being too close so that your butt cheeks get too clapped. If you were to take advice from me, the foot scientist, I would say stay between 10 and 20 meters away from your enemies. For your items, you're going to go ability, power playbook, and charge plating really rustle my jimmies in the morning. If you're a scared little bitch, then you'll go with armored vest. Now, the biggest dub that you can do in the early game is to try and peel for your supports, and for that one inevitable Ashe player that just wants to get absolutely waffle stomped every single game. The CC combined with the free damage interrupts a ton of dive utility and create an indirect way of sustaining your team to help everyone optimize their stadium cash.
Round 2.
You know what's better than having one boop in your life? It's having two. So for our second power, we're going to go with Extra Charge. Concussive Blast gains 1 extra charge. Shout out to the devs for such an original name. And as you enter the mid game, you want to get as much ability power as possible. Items like Nano Cola, Multi-Tool, and Custom Stock are amazing. But if I had to pick 2 blue items from the set that you have to buy, they would have to be Energized Bracers for the ability lifesteal and Nano Cola for the ramping damage and ability power. If there's one blue item you should never ever buy because it sucks, and if you do buy it then you should never play Stadium again, it's going to be Overcharged Ordnance, which does give you 10% ability power and 25% mini rocket explosion radius. But the big kicker is that it is 5.5k stadium cash, and that is sweet, sexy, succulent money that you could spend on literally anything else in the game.
Final round.
Alright, for your third power, entering the late game, you have the choice between 2. But just like the argument of sausage versus bacon, there is one obvious winner here that is better in almost every scenario. The first power you can pick is Recursion Battery, giving mini rockets 25% ability lifesteal, but if you don't need the sustainability, because you are the GOAT and you're my subscriber, you're going to go with Evasive Maneuvers. After using Jump Jet, Concussive Blast gains homing and hinders enemies for 1.5 seconds on direct hit. This turns you from an AoE helicopter princess to an absolute GOAT assassin. Genuinely one of the most underrated powers in Stadium. I think a lot of people overlook the hinder ability. See, when I think of hinder, I think of Cass, missing every single stun on a Tracer as he is desperate to get some value. If only there was a character with better mobility, with an auto-locking hinder at unlimited range. Oh wait, there is, and we're playing it today. And we have now just picked the power that is going to be the hatchet in the axe murder of the family of 5 at Thanksgiving. The true value of evasive maneuvers is that it gives Pharah the ability to counter characters that really should not have been her problem in the first place. Characters like Tracer, Juno, and Kiri all get detrimentally affected by this power. And as you get to over 100% ability power, not only are they CC'd, not only are they stunned, but they are also going to be slowed and taking upwards of 300 damage. So let's jump into the items. Your must-pick purple is going to be Helix Inhibitor. 20% ability power, Concussive Blast slows effective enemies by 20% for 2 seconds. Next, we're going to save up for Iridescent Iris for another 20% AP and 10% cooldown reduction. Obviously, we're going to go for Champion's Kit. And last, if you have the time, the extra nail in the coffin, you're going to go with Liquid Nitrogen, so that when you deal ability damage, it slows a target's move speed by another 10% and their bonus move speed by 15%. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the build. If you want a 4th power, I always leave that up to you because every Stadium game is different. And I have more clips after the outro in case you want to see extra carnage with this awesome build. I hope you enjoyed the video today. And remember, love yourself, do something nice for someone else, give your mom a hug, stay hydrated, and until we bounce on it crazy style again, I will see you on the next one. Toodles!